Now let's continue in تصريف العزي, and this is an important lesson today. The author says, فصل, here you see the fancy handwriting here. فصل, فصل, you see the tanween in there. And what's all this here? This and this here, all this. This is fancy stuff. It's just decoration here. Yani, this here, this here, this, these two right here, these three things here, this. That's all fancy stuff. And here, this little tail right here on the lamb, that's part of the fancy handwriting. Meaning, when I say fancy here, I mean this style of handwriting, this particular style. This is khatt. Handwriting is called khatt. So this khatt, when you write this way, then you can put that tail there on the lamb. Now, let me take all of that off there so you can see it. فصل في أمثلة تصريف هذه الأفعال. Section in examples of, let's say, conjugating these verbs. So that's why I say sometimes sarf means conjugation, but seems people mostly say sarf is morphology. These verbs, which verbs? He already showed us a lot of things. What did he show us? He showed us fa'ala and fa'ila and fa'ula and fa'ala and af'ala and all those that we saw. These are the awzan, patterns. Jam'u wazn, that's the plural of the word wazn. Pattern. That's how I'm translating it. That's my translation. And we saw examples for these patterns that are actually verbs. So now he wants to give examples of conjugating these verbs. He wants to show you how these verbs, how the pronouns attach to these verbs. He says, أما الماضي, as for the past, or the past tense, فهو الفعل الذي دل على معنى وجد في الزمان الماضي. It is the verb that points to a meaning that existed in the past time. It is the verb that points to a meaning that existed in the past time. Okay, that's clear. فالمبني للفاعل منه. Now, as for the active voice form, the active voice form, or active voice pattern. So if I translate very literally, that one, as for the one that is configurated for the doer, as for the verb that is configurated for the doer. What does this mean? So this now is an important lesson. This is one also that you would take in Nahu. You heard me say a lot of times, passive voice. This is not passive voice. So, not passive voice means active voice. Active voice. So these are terms here. We're going to explain what they mean. So, you have what? You know you have fi'l. My handwriting's a little sloppy today. I'm sitting in an awkward position here. And fa'il and maf'ul. fi'l, fa'il, and maf'ul. What's fi'l? That's the action or the doing. 2 words here. Or verb. It's the 3rd word. But let's say it's the doing or the action. Fi'l. That's a noun. A doing or an action. Fa'il, doer. Maf'ul, done. These 3 meanings, you need to keep them always. This is fundamental for understanding a lot of things. Doing, doer, and done. So if you have a doing, then you must have what? A doer. Yes. That's a rational judgment. That's a mental judgment. You don't necessarily have to have a receiver. We discussed that. So, a doing and a doer. If you have a verb that is accommodating a doer, a fi'l. If you have a fi'l, this fi'l is accommodating a fa'il, a doer. Then this is called active voice. Accommodating a doer. What does that mean? That means basically all how we normally talk. So he's going to give you examples now. Now I'm not going to tell you what the other one means because it's going to come. So now you're going to see how the verb accommodates a doer. When you see how the verb accommodates a doer, then they call that in Arabic mabniyun lil fa'il. Configurated for the doer. And what that would be called in English grammar terms is active voice. So he says, فَالْمَبْنِيُّ لِلْفَاعِلِ مِنْ the verb that is configured for the doer. Minhu, we need to check what minhu, how to explain that. مَا كَانَ أَوَّلُهُ مَفْتُوحًا. How do you configure this verb? Its beginning needs to have a fatha. أو كان أول متحرك منه مفتوحا. Or the first voweled letter of it is given a fatha. It is that which its beginning, its first letter has a fatha. This verb, past tense verb, configured for the doer. Its first letter is going to have a fatha. أو كان أول متحرك منه مفتوحا. Or the first voweled letter in it will have a fatha. Someone who studies Arabic asked me what I mean by vowel. So I think it's clear for you. Vowel is fatha, kasra, dhamma. Arabic has 3 vowels. We're going to call them vowels. The vowel is an attribute of the letter. It's not an independent letter. We can talk more about that another time, inshallah. Mithaluhu. Its example is Nasr. So I stopped on a sukoon because I stopped. Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarata, Nasarna, Nasarta, Nasartuma, Nasartum, Nasarti, Nasartuma, Nasartun. Nasartu, Nasartu, Nasarna. Okay. So let's break it down. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Mithaluhu, its example is Nasar. Okay, Nasara. What's the i'rab for Nasara? You know it. You should know it by now. Even if you can't say the Arabic words, now you should be able to say, for example, Nasara, past tense verb, built with a fath, built with an apparent fath. That's it. Where's the doer? Every doing needs a doer. So then you say, wal fa'il, and the doer is ضمير مستتر. ضمير مستتر is a veiled pronoun. تقديره هو. Its implication is he. Nasara, supported. A he supported. Nasara, فعل ماض, past tense verb, مبني على فتح ظاهر. It's built with an apparent fatih, this one right there. That's the original one. This fatih here is the same as this one here. Nasara. فعل ماض, past tense verb, مبني على فتح ظاهر, built with an apparent fatih. والألف ضمير, and the alif is a pronoun. متصل, a connected one. Instead of mustatir, متصل. Bismillah. Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarata, Nasarna, Nasarta, Nasartuma, Nasartum, Nasarti, Nasartuma, Nasartunna.
Sheikh Raid,
Yes?
can I ask a question?
Oh, 1 second, please.
Okay.
Nasartu, Nasarna. Yes.
So the patterns of these, as if the damir is before them, that's how you know the pattern?
As if the damir is before it, you said?
Yeah. Like hum nasaru,
La.
anti nasarti, like that?
No. Because whenever you have a fi'l, you have to have a fa'il. And the fa'il, where does the fa'il come in comparison to the fi'l? 100% of the time. Afterwards. So no. Don't do a taqdir ahead of time here. Rather, you hear the action and then you anticipate. Meaning you wait for the doer to appear. Who's that doer? Maybe the doer will appear several words down. You have your fi'l right here, and then the doer is going to appear. Because we're talking right now about fi'l and fa'il. Act and actor. We're not talking about mubtada and khabar. We're dealing with verbal sentences here. So, nasara. We did that one. Nasara. So this fatha here is the same as this fatha here. And wal alifu damirun muttasil. So we said for nasara, there's damir, pronoun, mustatir, veiled pronoun. That's when you said nasara. Where's the doer? It's huwa. Where's huwa? You're not saying it. He's mustatir. He's veiled. Domir mustatir. And then when we said nasara, where's the doer? It's the alif. We're actually saying the doer here. And that's called domir bariz. 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 That means apparent. Bariz. Nasara. That pronoun is there. It's bariz. Also, it's another kind of pronoun, which is called muttasil, connected. Connected. It's a connected apparent pronoun. Nasara, you're saying it, and it's attached to the word. Any question here so far?
Yes. The pronoun, what does it refer back to?
In the case of Nasara, refers back to two masculine ones that are being spoken about. Because ghaib.
Like,
Ghaib means spoken about, and it's muthanna, so two. Two, and this is mudhakkar. So two masculine ones who are spoken about.
like
Nasara, those two supported.
So in Arabic would be hum.
La huma.
Okay.
So the alif damirun muttasil, it's a connected pronoun. You can say bad is if you want to. Mabni is built. Ala sukun is built with a sukun. A real alif always has sukun. A real alif always has a fatha before it, and it itself has sukun. You don't have to write the sukun though. Alif, real alif is an extended vowel. So when you read that, you have to say nasara. Don't say nasara. مبني على السكون في محل رفع, in the nominative slot, ba'il as the doer. So nasara. So actually, this word nasara, it's a complete sentence with its pronoun, with its implied pronoun is a complete sentence. And this one here, nasara, that's a complete sentence. And each one, every single example here is a complete sentence. Because the minimum of a complete sentence is a doing and a doer. Subject and predicate. And you have to think about it like that. If you want to understand Arabic well, you have to think about that. Each verb, basically, each individual verb is its own sentence with its doer. It's going to come with its doer. Nasaru, they supported. So, what do we say here? Nasara, فعل ماضي مبني على فتح مقدر, past tense verb built with an estimated فتح. منع من ظهوره, what prevents that فتح from appearing is اشتغال المحل بالحركة المناسبة, the spot being occupied by a more appropriate vowel, because we want to attach the wow, and it's more appropriate for this wow to come along with its dhamma. So we're going to take the saying here that really there's still a fath there. It's just estimated. That's the saying that's in Al-Ajr Rumiyah. So we're going to say فعل ماض مبني على فتح. It's a past tense verb built with a fatih. Muqaddar, estimated one. And if you want to review what's the other saying, you can review your Qatrun Nada lessons, inshallah. What's the other saying? So, built with an estimated fatih. وَالْوَاوُ ضَمِيرٌ مُتَّصِلٌ مَبْنِيٌ عَلَى السُّكُونِ. And the wow is a connected pronoun, a suffixed pronoun. Built with a sukun. This wow is a damir. This alif here is damir. في محل رفع, in the nominative slot. فاعل, as doer. والألف فارقة. And this alif here is called ألف الفارقة. That's to distinguish this wow from something else. Don't worry about that now, though. Just know that this wow here, which is this pronoun, get used to it coming along with that alif there. You're not going to pronounce that alif. It's just for writing. That's a writing convention. Yani, you learned that in which field? Imla. Imla is the field about how to write in Arabic. Nasarat. She supported. So this is still the same fatih right there. And after Nasarata. She supported. What ta'u? What's this ta here? That's ta'u ta'nith. Now, if you're an amateur, you think ta'u ta'nith is a damir. But ta'u ta'nith is not any kind of damir at all. Ta'u ta'nith is a sign of femininity. Ta'u ta'nith as-sakina. The unvoweled ta of femininity. The unvoweled ta of femininity. Ta'u ta'nith as-sakina. It's a sign. So it means here the verb is nasara. Nasara, that's for huwa. We want to say hiya. Okay, let's bring a sign then. Nasarat. We need to put a sign that is for female. So where's the damir? Where's the doer? Where's the doer? That's the question. Where's the doer? So the doer might be a damir pronoun, or the doer might be a different noun. Where's the doer? Nasarat here in this case is a damir pronoun. Where's the damir? Mustatir, damir mustatir, veiled. Taqdiruhu he. Its implication is hiya. 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 That's the implication. Nasarat, ay hiya. So we're not saying hiya nasarat. We're just saying nasarat. So the meaning is hiya. And you say nasara. The meaning is huwa. With not huwa nasara. You can say it. I'm not saying you can't say it. But the taqdir there, to estimate it in the front, is not necessary. Rather, if you say huwa nasara, then this is emphatic. Emphatic. Because nasara is already going to come along with its own pronoun. Nasara already means nasara huwa. Because it's a fi'l. It's an action. And every fi'l needs a fa'il. A doer. And the fa'il always, 100% of the time in Arabic comes after the action. After, not before. So if you say before huwa, and you say huwa nasara, it's like you're saying huwa twice. And that's valid, and that's going to be emphatic. Or even if you say nasara huwa, you can say huwa after nasara. It's still emphatic because nasara already has huwa. And same thing for nasarat, it means hiya. That is, unless you name another doer actually. Like if you say nasara zaydun, then the doer is zayd. Nasarat hindun. Now the doer is hind, not hiya. When you say nasara zaydun, zayd supported. The doer is zayd, not huwa. When you say nasarat hindun, then the doer is hind, not hiya. If you take away zayd and hind here, then, and you just say nasara only, or nasarat, then the doer is huwa or hiya. He or she. Without any need to say any pronoun. So I think that's clear. If you have any question, go ahead.
Sheikh,
Yes.
so in this pronoun would be considered an English third person?
Yes.
Okay.
غائب. غائب is called in Arabic غائب. غائب means absent. And the meaning of him being absent means you're talking about him. Not talking to him, talking about him. Yani. So he could actually be there. He could be there. But you're not talking to him. So he's ghaib. He's absent from being addressed. Nor is he the one who's speaking. Okay. So نصرتا فعل ماض مبني على فتح ظاهر, an apparent فتح, built with an apparent فتح. So same فتحة there. والتاء, this tat right here, تاء التأنيث الساكنة. It is تاء التأنيث الساكنة. It's the same tat as this one. Now you're gonna say, wait, how does sakina? Here the sukun is muqaddar. The sukun is muqaddar, is estimated here. It's the same tat though, but we have to put a fatha on this tat because we want to bring an alif. And a real alif, this alif which is the pronoun, always has a sukun over it. Yani, always has sukun and always has a fatha before it. And we want to produce a real alif here. There's no way for us to blend the real alif and the ta'u ta'nithi sakina as they both are. So the only way for us to blend those two is actually to put a fatah on the ta', but to still recognize that it's really is ta'u ta'nith as-sakina. And then we're going to produce the alif, which is what? This same alif here. Nasara, huma, and nasarata, also huma. Those two. But if you want to direct those two to a female, you need a sign. So you bring the ta. You say nasarata. Then nasarna. نصرنا نصر فعل ماض مبني على فتح مقدر, past tense verb built with an estimated فتح. منع من ظهوره كراهية توالي أربع متحركات فيما هو كالكلمة الواحدة. If you studied, you remember that. What prevents this fath from appearing is the old Arab's aversion to 4 consecutive vowels in what is like one word. Review your past lesson for that, inshallah. وَالنُّونَ Damirun is a pronoun. What kind? Muttasil, connected. So it's also badiz. You don't have to say badiz. Damirun muttasil, connected pronoun. Mabniyun ala fath, built with a fath. Fi mahalli rafa', in the nominative slot. What noon is that? Nunu niswa, the women's noon. Or nunun nisa, the noon of the women. Fa'il is the doer. Nasarna, ay hunna nasarna. Nasarta. So, nasara fi'lun madin mabniyun ala fathin muqaddar, built with an estimated fath. منع من ظهوره كراهية توالي 4 متحركات فيما هو كالكلمة الواحدة. What prevents this fath appearing is the aversion to 4 consecutive vowels in what is like one word. You know those are not one word, those 2 words. That's clear for you. والتاء ضمير متصل, and the ta is a suffixed pronoun. مبني على فتح, built with a fatih. في محل رفع, in the nominative slot. فاعل, as the doer of the verb. Now I think you get the picture as far as how to parse that, because I'm just going to keep repeating. So now I'll just focus more on some things, some new things. So nasarta, meaning what? Enta. But enta is a different pronoun. You can say the ta with fatha here means enta. That's valid. Yani. But still, there's really a difference between this ta and enta. But this ta cannot be mubtada because it can only come suffixed, attached to the back. Enta is dhamir. What's contrary to muttasil? What's contrary to muttasil is munfasil. Disconnected. Yani independent means disconnected though. Here you have your dhamir, pronoun. What type of pronouns did we learn about today? We learned about dhamir, mustatir, veiled pronoun. And we learned about dhamir, bariz, apparent pronoun. And dhamir muttasil, connected pronoun. And dhamir munfasil, disconnected pronoun. But I didn't write all of it out. I didn't write in. But I'm assuming you're following me. Nasartuma. So nasara فعل ماض مبني على فتح مقدر. Nasartuma. Now, if we want to take easy saying, we're going to say tuma is the pronoun. All of it. Why don't we go that way for now? Nasartuma. So tuma is ضمير متصل مبني على, is built with what? Tuma. This whole pronoun is built with what? I see some harakas on there. It's always going to be built, depends, the being mabni or mu'arab depends on the last letter. So it's built with sukun. Tuma mabniyun ala sukun. Fi mahalli rafa, in the nominative slot. So you two supported. And you see down bottom here for the feminine, same thing. Nasartuma, you two. So how are you going to tell the difference between the nasartuma, nasartuma, a huma, because huma is for male or female. So nasartuma is going to be for male or female. How are you going to distinguish? The context will distinguish it for you. Nasartum. نصر فعل ماض مبني على فتح مقدر. تم ضمير متصل. تم is connected pronoun مبني على السكون, built with a sukun. في محل رفع, in the nominative slot. فاعل as the doer of the verb. نصرتم. You supported 3 or more males, and possibly at least 1 male and 2 females. نصرتم. نصرتي فعل ماض مبني على فتح مقدر. والتاء ضمير متصل مبني على الكسر or على كسر. The ta is suffixed pronoun built with a kasr. Nasarti. And nasartuma, we just talked about it. And nasartunna. So tunna. Damirun muttasil, suffixed pronoun. Mabniyun ala fath, built with a fath. You, three or more females, supported. So you see in English, you're just going to say you. Nasarta, you supported. Nasartuma, you supported. If you want to try to complement the Arabic more, you might throw the word both in there. You both supported, or you two supported. But you can just say you, and it means the two of you. Nasartum, you supported. Nasarti, you supported. Nasartuma, you supported. Nasartunna, you supported. So that's limitation in English that's not in Arabic. Then Nasartu, I supported. So the ta is damirun muttasil. Suffix pronoun mabniyun ala dam, built with a dam. So you don't say here taqdiruhu ana. The implication is I. No, it's just nasartu. And nasarna, na is damirun muttasilun mabniyun ala sukun. We supported. Okay. Any question? So he says فالمبني للفاعل منه ما كان أوله مفتوحا أو كان أول متحرك منه مفتوحا. The one that's configured for the doer is the one that its first letter has a fatha or its first voweled letter has a fatha. مثاله, its example is نصر نصرا نصروا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرتما نصرتم نصرت نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا. You need to be able to flow through all of that and interchange those pronouns with any verb, which is what he says right here. وقس على هذا الفعل, and compare that. Okay, I don't have my copy in front of me. He says, compare that to, I don't remember this word, فعل. وقس على هذا, we'll review. أفعل وفعل وفاعل وفعلل وتفعلل وتفاعل وانفعل وافتعل وافعلل واستفعل وافعلل وافعوعل وافعل. So those are all your patterns right there. So you can give yourself nice homework here. So let's take the first one. أفعل. So you would say for this pattern أفعل. 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 أفعلوا. أفعلت. أفعلتا. أفعلن. If you stop on the sukoon, you're going to say أفعلن. أفعلت. أفعلتما. أفعلتم. Maybe you are saying it with me because you knew it. So as I'm writing it, you're saying, yeah, that one's next. Yeah, yes, he's going so slow. أفعلتم. أفعلتي. أفعلتما. أفعلتن. أفعلت. And what? أفعلنا. That's what you want to be able to do off the top of your head. All of those. Look back at the medicine here. So you said here, أفعل. وفعل. So you'd say فعل. فعل. فعلوا. فعلت. فعلتا. فعلن. فعلت. فعلتما. فعلتم. Not going to avoid that shadda in the middle there because it sounds funny in your own ear. Rather, you're going to follow the rule and pronounce it clearly. فعلتم. فعلت. فعلتما. فعلتن. فعلت. فعلنا. And then there's the next one. فعل. So you'd say فعل. فعلا. فعلوا. فعلت. فعلتا. فعلن. فعلت. فعلتما. فعلتم. فعلت. فعلتما فعلتن. Putting the stretch in the proper place. فاعل فاعل فعلت فعلنا, and etc. فعلل وتفعلل وتفاعل. So those are just the patterns. If you do like that, if you can do like that, then that's going to help you speak Arabic. So now right here, so many of you, some of you, you want some Arabic homework, you want some Arabic practice, they're right there. Now you're going to tell me that. Did you? Next time you ask me for some Arabic stuff, you're going to tell me this first because you got some homework right there. You're going to say, oh, I got it. فعل فعلا فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا, etc. And then if I said, okay, give me another verb, use the verb ذهب. Yeah, okay. ذهب ذهبا ذهبوا ذهبت ذهبتا, etc. Let me finish this for you here. He says, ولا تعتبر حركات الألفات في الأوائل. Do not give regard to the vowels on the alifs in the beginning. فإنها زائدة. Indeed, that is an additive. It's something extra. تثبت في الابتداء وتسقط في الدرج. It's only firm when you start with it. That hamzatul wasl. And it drops when it's in the midst of your speech. So he means these last ones. Take the waw off. You'd say if'anlala and istaf'ala and if'alalla and if'aw'ala, etc. So that e that's written there, if'anlala and istaf'ala and if'alalla, etc. He's saying don't count that in terms of it being a maldi, past tense verb configurated for the doer. Because he told us, past tense verb, the verb that's configurated, the maldi that's configurated for the doer starts with fatha, or the first voweled letter starts with a fatha. So why he said the first voweled letter? Because here, you're not going to count this alif, so don't count that. What's the next letter? Fa with sukoon. So you're not going to count that either. So there's the first voweled letter has fatha. First voweled letter has fatha. First voweled letter has fatha. Now, first, any question there? Now, if a verb is not configured for the doer, then how would it be configured? What are our options? We said there's fi'l, doing, fa'il, doer, and maf'ul, done. So it goes there, so that means that it's possible to configure the verb for the done thing and not the doer? Yes, that's right. It's possible to configure the verb for the done, for the maf'ul. It would be mabniyun lil maf'ul, configured for the receiver or for the done thing. How's that? What does that mean? That's what you mean when you say passive voice? Yes. What does that mean? So we're going to talk about that next time, because now it's time to stop. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.